What's happening, boys and girls? Today we are looking at potential predictions for the upcoming 2025 Pokemon set, The Glory of Team Rocket. Sounds cool. So let's get right into it. Let's start with what we know. This is an article from PokeBeach. It is coming out in April, 18th of April. Heatwave Arena is coming out in March. And if we scroll down to here, we have got it will release on April 18th. As expected, the set will feature Rocket's Mewtwo EX, which was featured originally here, which is actually one of the gym sets, not the WotC Team Rocket set, and Mewtwo EX featured in Rocket Returns. It does say there will be no dark Pokemon in the set. They will all be Rocket's Pokemon. I don't know, a little bit of me wants to believe otherwise. I'm going to go through that and speculate on what cards I think could come up in the new set. But first of all, to look forward, we have to look back. So, before that, staying on the what we already know kind of things, we have here, let me just see if I can zoom in on this, a leaked Japanese pack art. Obviously you've got Giovanni, the big man, in the middle. I would be expecting a really nice full art of Giovanni to come up in this set. I don't see why they wouldn't. He's literally on the front cover. He's the boss of Team Rocket. We're getting a Giovanni full art, which could go pretty hard. We've also got a Nido King and Nido Queen, which I feel like don't get enough love in the modern TCG, so that is awesome. They got some cool old arts in TCG Pocket if anyone's been playing that, but getting some evil looking badass Nido cards that we haven't really had for a long time, I'm here for it. You can also see at the bottom here we've got a little Doug Trio. You never know, with the amount of art rares and cards they put into subsets in these modern sets, we could have a huge subset. I still don't know if this is going to be a full set or a holiday set. If it's a full set, we might have a larger subset of art rares and or special illustration rares and illustration rares or whatever, in which case you could get a Dark Doug Trio sort of alt art. The same with this, what looks like a Rhyhorn and then a Rhydon. That could be one of those classic double illustrations. We've had it previously where you've got the Altaria that follows on with the Wingulls. I don't know if anyone's seen that. Look it up if you haven't. You've got a little Swablu being raised by Wingulls, and then the Altaria version of that card from the same set. It's flying with the Wingulls still. It's very cute, and everyone's seen the Routes growing up to the Gardevoir. Routes is with a young girl, Gardevoir old lady. It's beautiful storytelling in cards, but we could see a bit of that with the Rhyhorn and Rhydon here, and they could be Rockets Rhydon, Rockets Rhyhorn, all of that stuff. So this is what we can infer from the released pack art. And we've seen or been told that Rocket's Mewtwo EX is going to be a part of the set. Now if we move on to going back, as I previously mentioned, we have got the original WotC Team Rocket set. I'm not going to put too much stock in this because they've said we're not going to get any dark Pokemon. I don't know where that's coming from. I'm going to sort of go on my own desire that we will get lots of dark Pokemon, or dark Pokemon and Rockets Pokemon. I don't know if it's going to be Rockets this for everything, because it's all going to be Rockets, or we're going to get Giovanni's, Jesse's, James's, a more gym challenge style thing. I'm not really sure. So to start, I would never put it past the Pokemon Company to not include a Charizard in a modern set. You know, it's going to sell. If there's a dark Charizard chase card in the modern style, alt art, shiny, textured, it's going to be prismatic evolutions all over again. No one's going to be able to get anything. I wouldn't put it past them to do that. Having said that, we have also seen a dark Blastoise before, and I personally would like Venusaur to get some love, so I would like to see, if we're going to get any of them, I would like to see a Dark Venusaur, or I would like another Kanto trio. I know we always get them but I think Venusaur deserves some love at the very least. And then to grab from the rest of this set without investing too much in the dark Pokemon, we have got a Dark Weezing. I can see that being a Rockets Weezing. I can see us getting a Weezing and an Arbok. You know, the OGs. Anyone who watched the anime knows that Jesse and James ran a Arbok and a Weezing. I can't see that not happening, you know. And then other than that, the one card that has already been in 2 Rocket sets, I don't know if that makes it more or less likely. If they do like a Shining Legends thing where they take inspiration from the previous art, like the Koro Shining Mew, and they design a modern version of it, i.e. the Shining Legends Shining Mew, they could do something like that. That would be Dark Dragonite. We've seen it here in the WotC set, and then in Team Rocket Returns there should be a Dark Dragonite somewhere, which I actually packed when I think I have it somewhere behind me, but I won't go digging around and stop the video for that. Let's have a look. Or in the EXs there, we'll get the, yeah, Dark Dragonite. So we've had 2 Dark Dragonites already. I don't know if that's going to increase or decrease the likelihood that we get another Dragonite. Let me know if you think we will, if you think we won't, if I've got this way wrong. I'm really curious to hear other people's opinions on what they think might come out in this set. So, having had a brief look at the WotC set Team Rocket, we can then take it back to what other Rockets Pokemon have been included. We're still on WotC here. We haven't got quite up to Team Rocket Returns yet, but there are plenty of Rockets Pokemon here. We've got a Giovanni's Gyarados, right? That's a classic. It was also on the original pack art, which I think may be open somewhere. Here we go, look, it's right here. It was Giovanni's main thing. It was the only Pokemon pack art back in the day, so I think it would be really cool, and I would say a bit likely that we're going to get a Rockets or a Giovanni's or a Dark Gyarados in this upcoming set. So what else have we got to look at from the Gym Challenge set? Giovanni's Machamp, I'm not sure. We've had Dark Machamp, we've had Giovanni's Machamp. I don't know. I also am not sure how much like 1st gen, 2nd gen Pokemon are going to be in this, because Team Rocket, you know, they moved on. They got some newer Pokemon, which we'll come on to a bit later. Giovanni's Nidoking, yeah, seems like it's going to happen from the pack art. I can't see there not being a Persian. You know, that's his main guy, the typical evil villain, sitting there stroking his Persian. That has to be there. And I'm excited to see the art styles that they go with. I don't know if they'll be classic or more leaning in. 2025, they're going, like, it's going crazy for the alt arts and everything. So I would see Pokemon leaning into that to keep the demand high. Other than that, we have got the 2 Rockets Pokemon from this set. Rockets Mewtwo, all but confirmed by PokeBeach, however much you believe them. I think they're usually quite accurate with what they say. And of course, the Pokemon movie, Rocket, you got Mewtwo in the thing. It's a big bit of Team Rocket lore. Rocket Zapdos as well. Recently seen a reprint in Celebrations, so I'm not too sure we'll be getting another one of those. And also, that is another one that we saw in Team Rocket Returns. If I scroll down to the bottom here, we did get Team Rocket's Zapdos EX. So again, could be likely. It's clearly been repeated once, so maybe they don't mind it. Maybe they see it as a central staple of Rocket sets. I'm not too sure. And then I think that is everything for Gym Challenge. So shortly after that, we did get Rocket's Moltres. I remember that one. So a little Moltres and Zapdos double team. No Articuno. So do you think Articuno could be coming up to sort of fill the gaps, and then everyone's like Rocket have had all 3 birds? I'm not sure. I don't remember that in any of the games. Pretty sure I caught them all, so unlucky for Team Rocket. Or is it going to be a repeat? Are we going to get Moltres and Zapdos again? Who knows? Right, so Scyther, I think that would be really cool. Rocket Scyther. Scyther's a badass Gen 1 Pokemon, and also in Team Rocket Returns, Scissor, which is another card I think I packed as a kid and managed to keep hold of. Scissor EX, kind of lame card art, a bit CG, just sort of gormless in the middle there, not too like intimidating like I've seen on one of the more recent Scissor alt arts. So it'd be cool for him to get like a really evil looking awesome illustrated card. Excuse me. So, and that takes care of all the Rocket stuff that we've seen in the gym sets, right? And you know, that's only a little bit, but they have had more Rockets Pokemon in gym sets than they have in Rocket sets, because the original Rocket set just had dark Pokemon in it, which we're told we're not having. So, that being said, let's have a look at the most recent Rocket set we have received, which we received in 21 years ago, 2004. So it's been coming for a long time. I'm just going to scroll through here. Dark Ampharos. So we're starting with Gen 2. I think only Gen 2 was out in 2004. It was just before the EX era, Ruby and Sapphire. So I would say this is probably, a lot of this will get cut to make room for newer Pokemon. Dark Crobat, would love to see Crobat. Obviously he got a more recent glow up in the TCG sort of Darkness Ablaze era. Right, let's have another look. I'll zoom in and we can just scroll through the lines. That's going to save us a little bit of time. Perfect, right. Dark Hypno, again, OG from the other set. Houndoom, I always love a Dark Houndoom card. I think it's perfectly menacing. It's the perfect Team Rocket Pokemon. Maybe it's the perfect Team Magma Pokemon though. So, don't know if we'll be getting one of those. But they really didn't skimp. Like, there were so many more common dark Pokemon here, and then the occasional like Jumpluff, Kingdra, you know, they have to just flesh it out with regular Pokemon. But then we're straight back in. Almost every kind of Pokemon is dark though, and all the dark ones were dark type, so that's probably why they want to steer away from it. If they're thinking competitively, they want to keep and retain their Pokemon's different moves, types and weaknesses. Obviously power creep has come in a lot. It's a different game, 21 years outdated, so that could be a thing. We could be seeing a Rockets Dragonite could go cool. I don't want to see a Dark Raticate. I don't want to see any of these. We've got a double Dark Tyranitar here. Another awesome staple from this set. I would really love to see if they're going to pull a couple from here. I would love to see Dark Tyranitar, Arbok, and then when we get to the EXs, I'd like to see some of those stuff as well. Because if they're going to keep it stripped back from the original stuff so they can fit more newer stuff in, they have to pick the fan favorites. Weezing has to be in there for little old James. Meowth, we have to see a Meowth, of course. We have to see a Wobbuffet. I can already sort of picture the style of the alt art. You know, that would just be so good. And then there are regular Pokemon here. Usually it's regular Pokemon that evolve into a dark Pokemon, so we've got Rattatas, and then we've got like Tyranitars and earlier stuff. And then we're probably going to get some of these trainer full arts as well, like Rocket's Mission, the OG Rocket set. We had Sneak Attack, so we're probably going to get some of those full arts. We might get a Rocket's Admin full art. I expect we will get a Jesse, James and Giovanni full art all separately. Jesse and James had their Hidden Fates full art, which was I think it's worth a little bit now. It's also just a really beautiful card. And then we do have Articuno here. So the birds were a I was going to say a staple, but more like just a thing, I suppose, just a thing in this Rocket set. I didn't buy too much of this. I don't own too much of this, and it's now super expensive, so it's quite cool looking back at it. So yeah, Scyther and Scissor, I'd like them to reuse that. The birds I'm okay with. They've also got all the dogs, so yeah, they really went in on the legendaries, and of course the gold stars. Oh my god, imagine if they bring back some gold stars. It's going to go off. Right, so that is pretty much all of that. And then what we have to do now is look at everything that's come out in the 21 years since this set related to Team Rocket that could potentially get its own card, get its own EX card, get its own special illustration rare. This is where we don't have much to go on. All I've done here really is do a little bit of research into Team Rocket, right? This is their team in Pokemon Journeys. They're not in the anime anymore, so this is one of their more up-to-date teams. This is them with their full team supposedly in this series. So we could get an Amoonguss, which I think would be pretty cool. These, I'm not saying we're going to get, you know, full art rares for all of these. We could get little cards, like I said. You might just get a regular Inkay, a regular Swoobat, but I would expect these to all feature in the set in some capacity. You know, but not everyone's pining after a Woobat EX illustration rare. But ones from this screen that I would expect could get a cool, if we do a subset, I'm seeing Wobbuffet, Seviper, Gorgeist, Amoonguss, and then you've got 2 from each side. 3 would maybe be, you'd get, what's this name, Carnivine, and then, whoa, Frillish. Sorry, I'm a bit rusty on those. They could maybe have them as well, just because they've got like more interesting designs, but Morpeko and Mime Jr. would be super cute. I could back that as well. And then this top row sort of seems like, you know, side quests, don't they? And then here is, I don't know who's done this. This is some sort of fan art I found on Reddit, but it's got a more comprehensive roster of Team Rocket Pokemon. So these could be ones you would expect. Beware, pretty big, and I believe it's had a lot of significance with Rocket in the anime. Not too sure. I would expect Mimikyu to feature in the set, and I would expect it to get an EX, maybe a special illustration rare, because it has previously been there was a half and half Rocket versus Ash deck that only got released in Japan, and of the Rocket half, the Mimikyu EX was the power card. If I just have a little look about that, we don't really need to look at the old packs here anymore. So Ash versus Team Rocket deck Japanese. This is it, right? So Ash versus Team Rocket deck kit. Team Rocket's Mimikyu GX. So yeah, I would expect this to get another go, basically, and have a really, really beautiful card. One of the sort of, maybe, it's got like a cult following, Mimikyu, hasn't it? So I would expect some people to really, really want this, and it'd be highly desired, but maybe not as expensive as other chase cards in the set. So that would be cool. Other things to expect, you've got Wobbuffet, Beware, again, Stuffle. So it's stuff that we've gone over already, and that is pretty much everything that I can predict that maybe might come in. Please let me know if you think I'm bang on about something, if you think I've missed something massive, or if you just have other predictions that you think or want to see in the Team Rocket set. Do you think Dark Pokemon are going to be in there? Do you think it's all going to be Rocket? Please let me know. I'm genuinely super interested. And if you're watching the video as well, shout out to you. It's a bit of a throwback, an old Walrus Wednesday. If you saw any of the original Walrus Wednesdays, let me know. Shout out to you. that's it for today. Leave a like, subscribe, comment if you found anything interesting in the video at all. I'm really trying to get back into creating content around Pokemon and trying to just get back in the game a little bit. So yeah, let me know, give us a share, give us a follow. Walrus Cards on Instagram, I'll put it on the screen now, and yeah, see you later.